Thanks for staying with us. So on this segment, we will be looking at the outcome of the Edo State governorship election, the outcome of the polls, the winner and the losers. We will also delve into the conduct of the exercise, into the conduct of the total exercise from the umpire, INEC, to the political parties, the security, electorate, and the people of the state. We would like to hear from Nigerians in Edo State to call in, talk about their assessment of the polls in general. There have been different viewpoints on social media as regards to the polls. We'd like to hear from Nigerians directly. You can call us on the numbers on your screen, 081 764 1679, 090 241 63440. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Many of us followed the elections over the weekend, and one of the things I was looking out for was IREV not messing up again. I don't think I got any of those reports because after the polls were done, it was uploaded immediately, and we could see the results. So you could verify the results at every single polling unit. So it's easy for all the various politicians to know. But what are your thoughts on the numbers? Do you feel that, especially it was a main three-man horse race, and the other parties were there? We must acknowledge there were 17 parties in all. But it was the three main contenders that many of us looked out for. As I said, I was mostly disappointed in LP because I really was hoping for a third force. Remember, we're trying really hard to push LP out there as a party just to, to break the status quo of APC and PDP. And it was important for us to see a good outing at this. But what are your own general thoughts on the elections? Who'd like to go first?
The election, well,
actually, your husband is from that side, so it's your election. In fact, would have loved for Nima to be on this side because this is her state and she's really interested in that election, but it's all good.
Right from when the candidate for PDP, Asue, came out, I had said on TV, and I've said it several times, that I was totally for Asue. I'm not a party person. I am not exactly a fan of the current governor, and I did not hide that either. So it was just about the CV and the person of Asue that I supported, and I still support. So yes, it was a very heartbreaking result for me.
Wow.
And I had high expectations that having someone of Asue Ighodalo's caliber as a governor of that state is a totally different ball game. But Nigerians have, the Edo people have spoken according to the INEC results so far. Some online have said they will go to court. Some said the election was bought. They said it was manipulated. You will hear all sorts of stories when the result does not go your way. I've learned not to fancy to what people are saying online and stick to the facts as I have gotten, because I feel like our words are so powerful. What we write is so powerful, and one word said without facts can destroy lives and can lead to loss of lives. So for me, the Edo State election was peaceful in that there was no violence. If any of the contestants feel they are not okay with the results, they have to go through the legal process to resolve it. I personally feel very, 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 very unhappy with the results. I wished that the people had not been swayed, because what we saw was that people were saying they were swayed by the politics, that the Okpebholo is a more grassroots person, he was more engaged with the people, and so people don't want to hear your English or what you know, they want to know how well you know them, kind of. So based on that perspective, however, I saw something online. I did not know how it popped up for me, but there was a particular picture of a particular polling unit, Etsako East polling unit, and that picture went viral. It was a picture that showed this is the number of people that signed all day. I would retweet it so you can check. Etsako East local government, Osholo Primary School. It was a polling unit that had 493 registered voters, but accredited voters were 213. And the total number of votes was 406, which meant that more voters were recorded than the number of accredited people. Now, these are the things that, if factual, can be taken to court, but putting it online and then everybody's now talking about it does not change the final results. So,
But we'll have to verify this, because some people can post anything.
Exactly.
So it's very important for us not to just assume that everything we see online is
factual.
It's factual.
Okay, so I guess based on face level, we would say APC won and
PDP came a close second, and LP. You know, earlier when we were reading the news, you were saying you expected more from LP, and I think that they're doing well, actually. You know, for me as a new party, I feel that even though there's a big gap between the two very well-known major parties, it shows that the LP is really gaining ground, and who knows where this will come in the next 4 years. So for me, I hope that the young people see that, you know, that their voices are being heard and that their votes count as well. The reason why I'm saying this is because leading to the election, I had seen, you know, videos, a lot of young people talking and saying that they're going to cast their vote, especially for LP, because, you know, they wanted something different. And I hope that the youth are happy, you know, at least with what they have done so far. And for the two major parties, I've always known it was 50-50. It was either going to be PDP or APC. And as you know, at the end of every election, there will definitely be some people who don't think it was a fair election. But as, you know, Tokwe said, there's the courts, please, let's use that. I'm happy that there were no outbreak of violence, you know, no casualties of that sort. And please, let's keep it like that, leading up to whatever, either inauguration or court cases.
Let me come to your initial thoughts.
Yeah, so first of all, the election was very peaceful. Just a few polling areas had a few miscreants trying to, you know, snatch ballot boxes, but the security officials that were there did their best to, you know, curb that, and it didn't escalate. So it was a peaceful election. INEC really showed up and showed out. They were prepared, according to some of the election observers who were in Edo State to witness what was happening. So INEC was prepared, they had their materials ready, you know, and everything was just on point. But there were some polling units, I don't have the exact names now, where it seemed like they were not able to, you know, collate the results there. They had to move it to the state, which was against the constitution of INEC. But that is also debatable as well. If anybody is looking to go to court, that's some of the things that they're going to be presentable. Overall, the election was okay. Now, it opened my eyes to the fact that some political parties have understood the art of playing serious politics. You know, you cannot win when you do not go by the rules of the land of the people that you want to rule. While, you know, it seemed like people just felt that, okay, because we have this, we are qualified and this and that, we can do this in our own way. But it showed that there were some political parties, especially for APC, that was on the ground. They, like, when I spoke to some persons from Edo State, they said APC was present. They did the waka with their two legs. They moved for that election. And it was very, you know, funny that they only had, from the 3 senatorial districts, they won just 1, which is the North. And they were able to, by the time they collated the total number, they were able to win somebody who had, you know, cashed in on the South and the Central Senatorial District. Normally, the last winner, that's Obaseki, at the time that he did his own, he won the South and the Central, which gave him, you know, that number. But now, for a winner to win just the North, he did not even conquer South, he did not even conquer Central. And then by the time they collated the number, that showed that they really put in the work. How the work went, though, we don't know. But work was put in, and that's politics. And but some persons complained that there was actually low turnout of people who came to vote. We're saying that we need to begin to change the narrative. If you want something, you have to come out and get it. It's not enough to sit on the sidelines and you talk about, we want a change, we want this person. Did you come out? Did you vote? Were you present? Because the turnout was really, really low compared to the people who registered that they were going to vote.
Looking at, because I'd like to open our phone lines now, 081-0764-1679, 09024163440. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. This is a show where Nigerians can express their views on the trending issues. So a few factors, quite a number of factors have been highlighted as the reasons why the elections went the way they are. I'd like other people to also share in their views. Number one, the issue that happened between the Oba of Benin and the state government, because I was reading here where the Oba of Benin had asked the federal government to temporarily take custody of the 1,130 stolen Benin artifacts that was returned from, I think, US and Europe. because there were issues of where these artifacts should reside. The Oba of Benin obviously wanted it to reside at the palace, while the state governor had, wanted it to be housed at the Edo Museum of Arts of West African Arts. So there were gridlock on that for a while. And then the Oba had asked the federal government, just hold on to this until we resolve it in-house. That people have said that the fact that you can even challenge the Oba in itself is very daring of the state government. That's one factor. The second factor others are talking about is the politics versus the technocrats.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about grassroots politics. We always say politics is local. And a lot of Nigerians, and I always say, we are in a bubble. A lot of us, we feel like, because that's where many will say, I would like an Asue because he's educated, he was a chairman of a bank, this is somebody that has positive links internationally to bring foreign investment.
Have ideas.
Somebody who has great ideas, who's working with different people, educated. You know, he has the Obaseki feel. Others will say, it's not about that. It's who knows us, who can say, I was there when you were born, I was the father of the something, you know, that has that grassroots influence. So the question is, where is Nigeria headed? Where is Nigeria headed? Are we headed for the technocratic democracy, or we're continually headed for the political democracy? That's just my own coin, the word in my head. But those are the things I'd like you to think about as we're having the conversation. What could have led to where the results we've seen? Let me take a call while you think about that. Good morning. Thanks for calling. You're live.
Hello.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
I'm calling from Edo State.
You're very welcome. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I don't think Nigeria is just that.
You don't think?
You know how you tell me that APC won that election? It's just so impossible. I'm just tired of this country. I think I'm tired. There's nothing that you vote for the right person and they give it to another person. It's just all sham. I came out for the election and I found out they are giving people money. If you are not APC, they talk, harass you and they pursue you. I'm just tired, man.
Yeah.
The more you talk, the more you put your life in danger. Yeah.
So, wait, can I stay on with you? Hello, sir, are you there? Hello? I think we lost him.
Yeah, let me add something small. So there were allegations, and I'm using my words carefully here, allegations of vote buying. A lot of people said money was changing hands, and this was happening in front of the security agencies, right? They expected that the security agencies would do better. The EFCC stood up and were able to disperse some persons that were, doing that and promised to prosecute them. But they said a lot of people were collecting money to be able to vote, and this was not just one political party; it was the two political parties. Yeah. So it seemed like now who can't pay pass, now he gets the opportunity. So if we start politics with eliminating the money influence, and like I like how Miriam started with LP, saying that LP had done what they were supposed to do, being that it's a new political party and all of that. With LP, you see that you don't hear things that they are spending money. They are thinking, if we present somebody and we believe this person should be able to go there and prove that if you get this mantle of leadership, you'll be able to lead. So if we take out, because the question you asked, where we are going to, we are going back. Because everything is the same way we do it. We always have a way of finding. So
who defines? Okay, so who defines what is back and forward? Because as an educated Nigerian, in your mind, we are going backwards.
Yes.
But as a Nigerian who is, listen, this is all I know. That is our reality. Let us face the reality. So who defines what is backward and what is forward? Let me go on a short break.
Okay.
When we come back, we continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing our perspective of the Edo elections. I would like to let Nigerians call in to share their own views also. 081-0764-679, 090-241-63440 are the numbers to call. You can also send us your messages on X at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view TVC so we can read your tweet. Ladies, let me come to you on what we said so far. I mean, Beecee, you're saying that
we're going backwards.
We're going backwards. I'm thinking, who defines what is backwards?
Okay, so for me, I feel that I've always been an idealist. I loved politics. Nigerian politics has demoralized my... That's taken away that love, yes. I used to scream all the time, I want to do politics, I have to get involved. But I have seen that it is not idealistic. It's not about you feeling people deserve quality life. Healthcare should work. Anybody that is going to make this thing work is who they should vote for. The politicians shouldn't have to bribe citizenry. I've been told shut up. Keep it in your pocket. In Nigeria, give us the money, give us the rice, give us the bread. Stomach infrastructure is fine. Vote buying is okay. That's who we are. Don't tell us what we deserve. Give people what they ask of. I have spoken against it. I have been corrected several times on TV and offline that it is not for me to tell people what they deserve. It is give them what they want. So based on what people want, they have gotten. We have gotten here. So if the result shows consistently what people want, people don't have a right to complain when you are the majority are the ones that are picking what is on ground. And I think it was even maybe in this last election or 2 elections ago that they said until Nigeria hits rock bottom before, like hits rock bottom.
Why do we assume, Tokwe, that the grassroots politicians are not the solution to our problems?
So I don't think that the grassroots politicians have found a way to, most of them have found a way to manipulate the system, which is feed people and control the people. It's a standard thing. If you are feeding me, you tell me to do A, I will do it. So as long as people are not empowered and you can easily manipulate them, it serves the purpose of people. We that feel we are educated come across like we're cocky. We come across like we are
proud.
Like we're proud. I know what you don't know what you need. The grass politician will come and give you wheelbarrow and give you meshai and say this is empowerment, and they will not be hailing him for the empowerment. And I will be like, no, I want to give you a school. I want to give you hospital. I'm like, wait, now hospital you want chop? Give me wheelbarrow. Give me keke na pep. You have empowered me. So we need, finding the balance is the real solution. Okay. How do we ensure people have what to eat and still aspire for a greater life?
I'll come to you, Mariam. Let me take Sholarin's call. Good morning, Sholarin, you're live. Good morning, Sholarin, you're live.
Bless you. Thank you for having me.
Good morning.
What I very much think is that PDP is a party that PDP very much used to take people, PDP used to take some people for granted. Like the deputy governor was taken for granted, and all the people he has was moved to the opposition party, the APC. So, and now my party, the PDP, is also doing the same thing at the national level. By the time they make the opposition strong, the election will come in favor of the opposition. And you know what happened during the last general presidential election? Yeah. The PDP was split into about 4 or 5 groups. The Mobile group took their portion, then the NNPP, and so many other functions. By the end of the day, all the votes that is supposed to go to PDP went to other parties, and that made the party to lose.
Right.
So,
thank you very much, Sholarin. Go ahead.
So you were saying, to answer your very initial question, which is, grassroots or technocrats, and I'm just thinking that I think a political party plays a game of chess or plays a game. So you're coming against the incumbent. In my mind, I'm thinking that this is how they think about it. So an incumbent, what are his strengths? The Obaseki government is known to be like, technocrats. And they have these big ideas for Edo State. They want to move Edo forward, let them compete. There are some policies that they have even compared Edo State and Lagos State, it shows that this is an Edo State that is moving into the future. So for me, if I'm the opposition, I would think of what is his weakness. And what I also heard is that it seemed like Obaseki's government was far removed from the grassroots. So if I'm going to put a candidate, which candidate do I think I will put that would,
so it's calculated?
Yes. So I think that they did that, knowing that, yes, intentionally. Because if you had put another technocrat, then, yes, you'll be speaking English, and the grassroots will still feel left out. So you bring someone who is able to do the opposite, And I feel that that's what they did. And luckily for them, it worked out. Because with politics, I realized, really, there's no 100% strategy. It always seems like a good idea in hindsight. It's like, oh, it's because we did this or we did that. But you did not know until you won or until you lost.
Let me take this call from Yomi. He's calling from Ikeja. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Yomi.
Yes, I believe politics is actually should be representative. I do not believe that. Good morning. I do not believe that I have a difference between the technocrats and the grassroots leaders. For me, politics is local, and you have to understand that leadership is also local. So in a lot of ways, don't let us look at it as a difference between the technocrat and the grassroots leader. No, a technocrat should be actively involved in politics. That's what I believe in. If you, for instance, you go to the ward meeting of the political parties, you find out that those are called the same technocrats. They feel too big to join the local political setting, and therefore, life does not recognize vacuum. It is who is available for the people that they know, that they will come up and say, we have known you. To a large extent, you have been a part of us. So you bring your own technocrat. Who is a technocrat? Somebody that has done well in his own field. Then bring it to the public forum and be a part of nation building. So I do not think we should divide it. I just think that we should encourage everybody. I go there, I'm a master's degree holder. When I get to those local meetings, these people, I know that academically they can't stand me, but I understand that. Look.
Thank you very much. I'm having trouble listening to your hearing. I'm hoping our viewers heard you, but I didn't hear most of what you said.
I know what Mariam
yeah.
Just quickly say, based on the analysis Mariam just gave, it also supports what the Shaibu,
said earlier.
The caller mentioned that they pushed out Shaibu. The PDP tends to just the structure overlooked some key people, which splits the group. And in that, every time you have a technocrat, you're supposed to balance it out with a very, very grassroots politician so that you have a harmony. And they didn't do that. He had Shaibu. He did not respect Shaibu. Some say it's Obaseki that happened.
I was talking about the bubble we live in, because in a normal society, that's not the word I want to use. In a society that we are probably familiar with, you would think that the fact that an APC chieftain opened his mouth on national television to call somebody childless, that in itself is a game changer. Because in any other society, once you say that, in fact, they go back to calculate, this guy has messed up. Now we have to start over again because you have totally punctured our strategy. Voters will not vote for us because it was a major deal. But here,
but that's not how we operate here, because normally we throw words at each other.
That was a difficult. That was heavy.
I know. Insults are a way of life in Nigeria. Exactly. Insults.
Maybe today.
They insult you with everything you have and you don't have. It's a way of life. So we talked about it the time it happened and everybody, but then we'll now move on to, okay, let's focus on what else now. So for me, I do not care. I know politics is very grassroots, which is advised that if you have to get into politics, you need to know how to come down to the level of the people you want to lead. You need to be at the same level so that you understand their pains. And that's what everybody's working towards, that you want to be in politics, go and participate, start from the grassroots. We understand that. But for me, it's not about being at the grassroots or being a technocrat. What matters is, are you a solution provider? Do you have plans for where you're going to? Now, the people who you are going to meet there, are they ready to allow you to do the work? The problem we have is not just about the leaders. It's about the people, too, that are being led. So sometimes the systems are so strong and set in their ways that if you like speak all the English, when you come here, we will frustrate your plans. You are grassroots, you have all the ideas, we're going to help these people, we're going to do this for these people, we're going to do this for this community. When will you come? Brother, if you don't drop money, we are not moving. So at the end of the day, Nigerians are the problems of Nigerians. It's not necessarily about the person who is sitting on the #1 seat. It's about the other people, numerous people who are working either with him or against him to frustrate the plans because of their own specific benefits. So if we can begin to change our mindset to understand that this governance thing we're talking about, it's going to pay all of us. Even if I don't benefit right now from the money or the bribes or everything I want to get, what about my children? What about my children's children? What about my neighbor's children who, at the end of the day, this policy will step in and save them from something in the near future. Then we can now see a progress. We'll now see progress in the way that if we now choose a good person who is willing to work, we will see the impact of the work. Because even with the past administration, okay, take your...
I have a caller. Sulaiman's been holding for a minute. Good morning, Sulaiman, you're live.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Am I speaking to your view?
Yes, you are, and you're live.
Yes. Now listen to me, beautiful ladies of your view.
Okay.
Obaseki is my man, and I was personally prepared from Abuja to go home, and I did so for him in 2020 when he came, when there was this crisis between him and Uhunmwode. Moved my family, moved my community, because he touched our life, he gave us roots. But when Obaseki came as a leader, as a governor, and he knows what, I don't know whether he knows, he made a statement that made him to fail. Even me, I couldn't go home again because I was afraid of that statement. During the election, people died in Nigeria and nobody cared about what happened to them. He came out and said the election is a do or die affair. That failed him. He should go back and look at himself in that their PDP final political rally, where he made that statement that this election is a do or die affair. Even, look, let me tell you, beautiful lady, even those who are his supporters like me, fear could have entered their mind. Those who have the mind to come out and vote, they'll be afraid of their life. Anything can happen and they'll just die. Those people who have died during such elections, nobody cares about them. So that is one of the reasons that was responsible for the low turnout. Nobody wants to die. But those who have said whether I die or not, look, me that is talking to you here now. My children even were saying that I'm a grandfather of, look, I'm 71.
Wow.
All the elections that have been held in Nigeria, all the campaigns that have been held in Nigeria, I've never heard where any contestants come out and say this election is do or die. Obaseki said so.
All right.
To the whole
Thank you very much,
pressure of Nigeria. And so that.
Thank you very much. You're going to say something.
I'll say something. You know what I find interesting?
Oh, let me go on a break. I want you to quickly hold that thought. When we come back, we continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.